Game time? All right, great people. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. My name is Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, and as usual, I have the smoothie making, the choreography if that's a word, the Afro-Latino vibe shaking. What's your name, girl? Go ahead and introduce yourself to the wonderful folks.
What's up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka
The
Health Nerd. And here another Sunday evening, ready to just talk.
All right, we're just gonna talk it out. As y'all know, we are doing a nice, new, engaging format. Shout out to D Vern for the feedback and for all the folks that are giving us feedback on our podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, True Health, 4ever. Also our website, True Health, 4ever. Give us some comments. We do listen to the feedback. But today we're going to be talking about equity and consistency. Let's get into it. Alright, so first of all, just so y'all know, I don't know if you can see it in our faces, but we tired today. Alright, it's been a long day. We've been grinding all day, but we have said at the beginning of this new series, this new pilot, that we want to do a podcast every single week, and we are doing our best to make sure we stay true to that. So we hope y'all are appreciating the nuggets that we're coming to you every single week. But first, before we get into the actual equity piece, which is going to build very nicely off of the vision. Y'all see, we're going to try to give you some nice bricks to be stacking on. But, Queen, what have you done today or just this week? I want folks to get a real sense of like what our weekends, our grinding weekends really look like. So I don't know if you want to go over the entire week or just specifically like what did today look like for the health nerd?
Today, we woke up.
Thank God we did.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
We did first I had to do the research for 2 smoothie recipes. So I've created the recipes, they're done. The next part is doing the research, because as part of the smoothie recipe book, I want to include, these are why these ingredients have been chosen for this specific recipe. So obviously that requires research. So I woke up, did a few hours of research for the 2 recipes that we shot videos for. Then we shot those 2 videos. And then I took the pictures for the videos. Then I started on my homework for my MBA program, which is a website development class. So I'm coding a website for actually a business that we have started. But yeah, I'm coding a website as an assignment, as part of the assignment. So yeah, I was coding and doing quizzes and projects. Yeah, literally just submitted my quiz like 4 minutes ago. And now we're doing this podcast, so.
Grinding. And then we also did a Make Real Estate Real course.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
So in addition to her MBA stuff, we're also trying to increase our real estate portfolio. So Jamal King, who's a part of the ETA team, if y'all know Eric Thomas, y'all know CJ Carl, he's a part of that squad now. So he has his own Make Real Estate Real platform, and you can pay, I think it's like $1,000, and then you now have access to this course. So that's what the Queen was doing. Give y'all a little sneak peek into what my weekend looks like, and trying to, this does have a point, I'm pretty sure, to it.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure. This does have a point to it, all right? So we want to make sure that y'all understand like what we do on our weekends. I know y'all are grinding. I know y'all are doing the same. Would love to hear some of the wonderful things y'all are doing on the weekend. But you do have to grind on the weekends outside of your 9 to 5 to have that freedom, to have that life that you want to live, whether it's 5 years from now or 10 years from now. So what my Sunday morning looked like was woke up. Again, thanks. Shout out to the ancestors. Shout out to the universal power for waking me up this morning with purpose, with energy, and with motivation to do better. So I woke up. I did some Play Black Wall Street Academy work. As y'all know, I do have Play Black Wall Street Academy every Sunday, so making sure that all my ducks in line for that. How to do some course editing, or not course editing, some assignment grading. So I was reading some budgets from the little kiddos, which was cute. Yeah, it was cute. Some kids, they made their budget for them right now. So they're like, oh, I make $100 a month washing cars. I was like, okay, I see you. Little 12-year-old making your dollars. I respect it.
That's a lot of money, too, for a 12-year-old.
Right. $100 a month. It was actually $150 a month washing cars. They have an emergency fund for $30 a month. They had their entertainment at $40 a month. So it was just cool seeing, how little kids make their budget. And then other more, not grown, but they're 16, 17. And even my little sister who's in the class, she made her budget based on 20 years from now, which is what the assignment was. And in her 20 years from now vision, she was living in France.
Wow.
Which was dope. So it's she had her apartment. It was in euros. Because it was in France, I was like, okay, I see you, little sister. So I gave her a shout out. Right. So that was my morning. It was fun. What else did I do? Did the videos we did for one of the other companies we're trying to build. I had to talk with the engineer, talk with our expert who's building that up. Did Play Black Wall Street Academy, actually the course or the live stream. Immediately right after the live stream, did another Instagram live with Cents 2 Cents. It's another board game out there on financial literacy. So again, it's getting the word out about Black Wall Street, the board game, and what we're doing, what we're trying to build, and trying to meet other people that are doing the same. And then right after that, came back out with the Queen to do the Make Real Estate Real. So that's what our Sunday looks like. Now, how this incorporates into equity, y'all. And one of our guest speakers on Play Black Wall Street talked about this today. It's not when you're investing inside the stock market, when you're investing inside yourself, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. So what that means is equity. Think of yourself as a economy. Think of yourself as a stock, all right? Devon Walker. And this is actually why I changed my Instagram handle 3 years ago at this point. My Instagram handle is now Invest in Devon Walker, because I wanted to start doing actions, behaviors, education, things that invest in my own stock to increase my own personal equity, right? So when you think about the things that you're doing, how is it that the actions that you're doing, the money that you're putting into yourself, the education, getting your MBA, doing Make Real Estate Real courses, how does this increase your own personal equity? Right? So Queen, can you tell folks, Queen, Sinclair, Health Nerd, you got so many names and they're all so cool. Yeah. Nita, you're so cool, right?
Yes, I try.
Man, do you really try, or does it just happen?
Sometimes I try. But usually when I try, then I'm not cool.
It's not popping when you try, to be honest with you. Naturally, you're a cool person. As soon as you try, it's all right, yep, she's a nerd. Forgot about that. Hey man, be proud, Health Nerd. So, in your opinion, what are things that you have done? I mean, they're very obvious in my head, but I want to know what you think. What are things that you have done in the last 2-3 years to increase the value of who Sinclair is and what Sinclair has to offer to the universe?
Well, the first one that comes to mind, especially because it's fresh, is my MBA. Getting the MBA was a choice that I made, not just to, and for multiple reasons, right? To expand for, like you said, what I have to offer. So now saying that I have an MBA, naturally people just, I don't know what it is about titles, but sometimes you slap a title on and people just trust you more. So knowing that we both wanting to start all these businesses, I figured having an MBA would kind of increase my credibility just as a business owner, but also to learn the business aspect. I feel like my background is in engineering, so I know how to think about problems and how to approach problems, but kind of the actual knowledge of how to run a business. This is my first time running a business. I'm not like the little gurus that he's grooming up.
Yeah, little 12, 13-year-olds out there already starting.
And didn't you have a kindergartner that started their bow tie business?
Yep.
Like,
shout out to
changing people. But yeah, that was not me. So this is my first. True Health Forever was the first business that I had owned. So I really wanted to make sure that with this being kind of hopefully what's going to really set us up for the future that we want to have. I wanted to make sure that he's already very business minded. So basically I wanted to be able to make sure that I could keep up, that I could actually, provide some value, provide some knowledge behind, and like the more on the books part. So when I say he's very business minded and he naturally kind of just knows all right, no, this is what you should do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, whatever. Don't get too big. But I wanted to, right, we want to complement each other. So since he kind of already has that natural ability, now I will have kind of the book knowledge to go along with it on actually that's called this. You already know that that's what we should do somehow because you just, that, great.
Yeah,
but
you put a definition on it.
That's what this is called and this is why we're doing this and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's one of the things. I feel like there's I don't know how big or small to go, but knowing that being a health coach and creating health programs and being just a health expert is something that I want to strive towards. I've started to listen to podcasts and read books and make that a part of my just daily routine. So when I do go to work, every single day that I am going to the office, I say that now because it's only about 2 days out of the week because of COVID, but I am listening to a podcast on the way there or a audiobook on the way there and on the way back. So that's about 45 minutes to an hour.
Knowledge absorption.
And I that was a suggestion you gave me a long time ago that I did not listen to until a year ago or whatever. But yeah, just the amount of time that you're spending in the car. I used to just play the radio, and that was cool because I'm a choreographer too, so I would be dancing in my head or whatever. But
that sounds safe.
Always. But yeah, I feel like you really utilizing that time to learn has been a game changer at just being more efficient with my time. And yeah, it's just what else are you gonna do besides look at the road? So being able to listen and think about things and talk to myself sometimes, not gonna lie. It's been helpful. Yeah.
I think talking to yourself is 100% healthy. I do it actively. All right. So as long as you know that you are talking to yourself, I think is the key. If you think you're talking to someone else, then it might be unhealthy and you should definitely contact a professional. But if you know you're talking to yourself, I think it's solid. Two reasons why I definitely, on my commutes, I stopped listening to the radio is one, the frequency of the radio, the hertz level of the radio is actually harmful for your body. So the frequency at which it does, and I forget exactly what it is, 9.61 or 9.63, whatever the hertz is, it disrupts the cells of your body. So it's not healthy for you to listen to that frequency. Secondly, I was driving back when we lived in PH and I worked in LA. I was driving hour and a half. Sometimes if the universe was not on my side, it was a 2-hour commute. So I was like, okay, what can I do in these 2 hours that can best prepare my future self for success? So I started listening to podcasts and audiobooks. And another trick that I did, and this was when we actually moved here, was y'all can do, if you're an author, you want to create some type of podcast, you want to create a book, you want to create recipe books, whatever it is, you can use your phone to record your voice and then have that voice be transcribed into a document. So that's how I wrote. And I didn't publish a lot of these books yet, but I've written 3 books just by talking those books out and then having those transcribed. And then I go back, I edit it. If Google or my phone made a mistake in the transcription, and then really quickly, within like a week, you can have a 15 to 40 page book just from talking. So that's another thing to maybe look into if you are an author, if you're a creator. And for me, when I sit down to like typewrite, the creativity doesn't flow. But as y'all can tell,
you're a talker.
Boy, can I talk? You know, when I talk, it just comes out naturally. So if I can speak a book, I can produce books way more quickly. Hopefully that was grammatically correct than if I type or physically write books. So that's another way. So definitely utilize your time when your commute to pour in and invest equity into yourself somehow. So whether it's a health podcast, I listen to a whole bunch of business podcasts now, whether it's motivation and mindset podcasts, like listen to stuff that's going to up your stock value a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Anything you want to sprinkle on that, Queen?
No, thank you. Yeah, nailed it.
I nailed it. That you today are a direct result of your past visions from yesterday and yesteryears.
You always okay, so they're just really nice.
Whoa, why you yelling, bro? Why you yelling? That's why.
The idea is that it's kind of the law of the universe, right? Whatever you put out into the universe, if you are committed to it, the universe will bring that to you. You will start to see more signs for it. You'll start to meet more people who will bring you closer to your goal. And your own activities and your own actions will be that of a person who's trying to accomplish that goal. That's how it works. So, and we both
look so beautiful.